So just a few things that I wanted to go over quickly is customer genealogy reports. If you don't know how to run these, ask your upline, but go and run this report and go through it, because there's a lot of declines. It's in the, I think it's the fourth column from the right, and that means a customer's credit card wasn't processed. Usually it means that they got a new card and they have a new expiry date. At least that's what I always say when I have a customer's card who's declined. I'll just call them up and, hey, Karen, just noticed your payment didn't go through. Just wondering if you got a new credit card, as opposed to, hey, is your card full? Your payment wasn't processed. So make sure you check that. And I really like to look at that the last week of the month for the following month coming up, so that you can make sure that so you can do two things. You can see customers whose orders are going to be shipped out the next month. So you want to make sure you catch that. And then always looking at it though for declines, checking on that so that you have as much time as possible to get that payment through. Because if their card doesn't process, then you don't get credit for the PVCs. That makes sense? Yeah. So again, check with your upline, sideline, whatever. Ask me later if you're not sure how, but it's really easy on your virtual office, team data, former report, scroll down, customer genealogy. So there you go. That's how you find it, and take a look at it. And it's great information as to what they ordered, when the next shipment's going out, and then an A is an active customer, C is canceled, D is declined. So make sure you're checking those on a regular basis. And then sometimes there have been some technical glitches where the customer has actually cleared that up and it's still showing as decline. So just check with head office. Okay.
Melissa,
Something else that's going on a little wonky right now. I'll let you guys know. I haven't heard if it's been fixed yet. If somebody tries to join your team, or you try to set them up using your website, not your virtual office, it's defaulting to Australia. And then we can't add them because they are asking for an SSN number as opposed to an SIN number. So just letting you know, if you have people that are coming on your team and they want to join and do it themselves, it may default to Australia. I have let Stephen Millman know. I just haven't heard back yet. So just a weird thing. Next, a week Friday, we have basically a Healthy Living Revolution event live here in Aurora. So book your tickets immediately. Book an extra one for a guest, because we have to hand in the numbers. When, Nikki? When's the date? Friday? Yeah. Look at that, me knowing details. Woohoo! So yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun. Nicole, Jen, and I are speaking for sure, as well as probably 2 more people. We'll firm that up shortly. And it's just going to be like what you guys see at 9 o'clock every night. We're going to do the same thing in person with a social. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Time to actually hang out with you guys and chat and have some fun. So we don't always get to do that. So please book your tickets ASAP. It's $20. Correct me if I'm wrong on anything, Nikki. And that includes dinner. And there's usually about 4 choices that you can pick from included in that price. And then just drinks are extra if you want. And the food is really good. We have a private room upstairs. And then off of that room, there's another little room. So if you've got kids or whatever, you can bring them. They're safe in a room beside. There's a couch, and there's even a bathroom upstairs. So it's a great space we have. It's at Hungry Brew Hops on Main Street, Newmarket. It's a fun place. Lots and lots of fun. You can go downstairs afterwards. Fun bar.
Is that the February 23rd event?
Yep. So come. It's going to be tons of fun. Next Tuesday, we have new rep training happening at 8 o'clock, slight time change because of the calls at 9. And gotta see whose turn it is here. Not mine. It's Nicole. She's doing that one. So who's new on here, by the way? We should have started with that. Is there any new peeps on here tonight? Anybody have a new rep that they know of? No?
My TV's super loud, but Joy's on here tonight. So I just want to welcome her to the team. We haven't officially done that yet. I don't know if Candace.
I'm just looking at the list. I don't see anybody by the name of Joy or Candace. Do you see your Brandy under a different name maybe? You're muted, Brandy.
Sorry, she's under iPhone.
Oh, great. Welcome, Joy. Welcome. That's awesome. When did she join you, Brandy?
She came to regionals, and sorry, my son won't turn the TV down. He's being a jerk. So sorry. So then, anyways, she's part of Crystal's team, and she joined about 2 weeks now.
Great. Good. Welcome. Welcome. Amazing. So that would be great for you, Joy, to get on. And then, as I said, I don't think Candace is on, but any new team or even yourselves, if you're still pretty new, you missed out on one of the new rep trainings, jump on so you can see what it's all about and support your team too. So that happens, and that's twice a month that we've got that. I'll just go back to my list here. Hold on. Events. That's the last thing I just wanted to touch on. Just been thinking about some people on the team are moving like crazy through the marketing plan, and then some people aren't. And I'm not judging. I've just been trying to think, like, what's going on? What's the difference? And one of the things that I've noticed, or I came up with anyways, is that those people that are moving through the marketing plan faster have stepped into a leadership role faster, meaning they've just started running their own events. When they bring on team, they just literally lock arms with that team and say, this is what we're doing. And they're setting up events and just running full steam. And those that aren't doing that, taking more of just not as much of a leadership role. And so I just wanted to throw that out to you guys, that if you think, wow, what am I doing? What am I not doing? Maybe it's that. Maybe you just haven't sort of stepped up and said, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to run my own events in my area and my team. I've got to run salad jar parties and get them to come and join me, and then start alternating at their house, and then eventually set those new distributors off so that they can do those events. But just think about that with events, because I've had that conversation with a lot of people just feeling they're stuck. And I'm just wondering if that might be it for some of you. Just to book events and take action right away. It's your own business, and just start planning out like that. Does that make sense? If you need help with any events, anything like that, we're always here to help you for sure. You don't have to just be solo doing it by yourself. We will come out and support you, but you book it, you organize it, you run it, and we will help you. And just take charge of your business and just start making more things happen that way. And I think that may help you. So now I'm so excited to turn this over to Ashley. Speaking of somebody who has taken the bull by the horns and just run with this business. We were both on Mitra's call yesterday. Was anybody else on it? Noon? No. Yes. JD, great. Get on these calls, guys. If you can't, for whatever reason, make sure you're listening to the recording. Not all of them, but most of them, I'm going to say, are incredible training. And even the ones that aren't incredible, I'm still getting nuggets every single time, whether it's just somebody sharing a story, whatever. But yesterday's training was so great. It's incredible verbiage. And Ashley loved it right away, and she has already taken it, adapted it to her own style, if you will, just made her own words, and has been using this verbiage and running some events with it already, and it's only Wednesday. So I'm going to turn it over to Ashley, and she's going to tell you what this training was about and then how it works, and tell you what's already happened, what she's already done with this. It's so amazing. So take it away, Ashley. You're muted and your video's off, so you got to change that.
All right, so I'm already having technical issues and my internet is unstable. So I've switched to my phone and I'm going to try to share it this way. So just bear with me. Okay, so before I do the presentation side of things, I just wanted to touch base on a couple of takeaways that I got from Mitra's rep wrap yesterday. And if you were on it, you know how fabulous the call was. The way the girls are doing it just completely works with how I am running my team and how I am reaching out to prospects. So it was bang on for me. And so the takeaways that I got, basically what they're doing is they've revamped a three-way call. So we all know, like, when we get invited onto a three-way call, as a customer, sometimes we get overwhelmed. We're going to talk to a stranger. We don't know them. We're going to be uncomfortable. We're not going to want to share our health goals with them. So the way they've revamped this is that they're doing health consults, which essentially is what we're doing. You know, as lifestyle coaches, we are consulting with them about their health goals, and we are trying to see if our program will be a fit for them. So the way that they've done it is so sending verbiage, and I will post all of the verbiage so you don't have to write all of this down. But there's some verbiage that they're using to invite people out to, or onto, not out to, invite them onto a Zoom call with their sponsor. So I'm going to start the presentation, or try to. We'll see if it works. Let's see. Bear with me here, guys. Nope, that's not it.
You can always send it to me, Ashley, and I can try doing that for you, and you can talk.
All right, let's, oh. Huh. Are you still
Can you
there?
guys hear me, Melissa? It's Sarah. Okay, never mind.
I can hear you
All
now,
right.
Sarah.
Okay. Yeah, Melissa, oh, hang on, maybe share screen. Let's see if it'll work.
Yep.
It's
Woohoo!
working. Okay. So now, all right. So is it showing slide 1, Melissa? I can't see it on my end.
No, I just see Sarah actually for some reason. Now you see me because I'm talking.
Okay. Let's try again. Sorry, guys. Let's see, let's try this again.
I know technology's awesome when it works.
I know, right? If my internet had have just worked, maybe. Is it just showing my
Just your
phone?
phone screen.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Which you don't need to see.
Oh, there you go. Oh, we see it now.
You can see it now?
Yep, stop. There, yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys, here we go. All right, so the first slide and the second slide are just some verbiage that the girls are using. And you can put your own spin on this. For me, the verbiage that I'm using is actually the second one and the first one kind of combined. So, the first one, like, hey girl, obviously they were messaging all girls, but adapt this to whoever you're talking to. My health food agency sponsor is doing free consults this month, and I thought of you because I know how important health and fitness are to you. This could also be because I know you've been looking for a program that works. It could be because I know you've been following my journey. Put in whatever works in that particular situation. She has free grocery guides, cookbooks, smoothie recipes, and accountability groups. No idea if you'd be interested, but if I got you an appointment, would you want to check it out to see if it's for you? So 2 things here. They're offering free stuff, which everybody loves, and which we already know is included with our Shred 10 program. But it's just kind of putting it out there. They're still asking the question. They're asking for permission, which makes them seem less pushy. They're not barfing Juice Plus, and in fact, they haven't actually said the word Juice Plus at all at this point. They're just messaging people with the first exposure, trying to see if they'd be interested in a health consult. The other one is a little bit different. And it's saying, hey girl, I'm working on a project with my health food agency sponsor. And I need to set up 3 appointments with people who respect and own their health, which is why I thought of you. This might not be for you, but it might be for someone you know. If you had some free time, would you be willing to help me out? It would mean so much, no worries. So again, just, instead of a health consult, they're saying they're working on a project. And that whole vibe kind of goes along with our healthy living revolution, which is what I love about this. And so you can kind of tie in your first and second exposures. Your first exposure being getting people on these amazing Freedom Revolution calls on Sunday to Thursday. And then your second exposure would be setting up this health consult with yourself as a sponsor or your sponsor, depending on who you're talking to. And I have sent out a couple of these messages today, and I actually heard back, and they loved the idea of a free health consult. And so we had one today. And what I did, which was a little bit different in a way than what I've been doing, is basically I'm not selling them anything. Instead, I'm educating them on an opportunity that may bridge whatever their gap is. So the gap could be their nutrition, or it could be their income, depending on what they're looking at this opportunity for. And then it kind of, now it's going to go into the actual presentation itself, which I used today with my customer. So the first slide, did you know that today's mass-produced produce packs a less nutritional punch? Obviously, we know from our knowledge with our company that most fruits and vegetables have lost their nutrients by the time they get to the grocery store shelf. So this slide just kind of explains that. I'm not going to go into detail on all of the slides just because of time. But I will post this presentation in the Team B Facebook page, as well as the script that you would use with it, so that you have that. It's so duplicatable. It's so easy to follow. The girls did it yesterday in the training, and I was able to pick it up and do it today. Like, it's so easy to follow. So then, obviously, go through that slide with your customer. The third slide being our cleansing versus dieting slide, and just explaining to them the toxic world we live in, and going through this slide with them, which then, so at this point, as you can see, the words Juice Plus have not been mentioned. So they haven't been mentioned in the initial conversation asking for the health consult. They haven't been discussed in these slides, and they're not even going to be discussed in the next slide. So they've used the term health food agency, and then instead of, you know, a conversation, they're saying it's a health consult. So that was key for not, you know, somebody hearing Juice Plus and then running away. Excuse me, they want, you know, the opportunity to actually share before they hear what this is. And then it goes into the Shred 10 in our Core 4 and a bit about the Shred 10 program. And then the 45 whole food plant power, you know, that this is the most researched nutritional product in the world. And then they actually used Jeff Olson's analogy of a car and oil and gas. If you haven't heard that, you should definitely look that up because it's a really easy way to describe the macronutrients and the micronutrients. And just like that's what our body needs, right? Like gas and oil in a car. So they kind of go into a little bit of that. And then they talk about the phytonutrients and the difference between the supplement and a multivitamin. And it is at this point that they start to kind of introduce Juice Plus for what it is. And then at the very end, that's where they're actually showing their health stories. So I've left it blank here. Obviously, I just copied Mitra's slideshow. But this is the point where you and your upline or whoever is on the call with you in the three-way is going to share your story, so that you have two stories for your prospect, for your customer, and personalize that, you know, for whatever it is, whether it's skin, weight loss, health, whatever your story is, and add that slide to it before you share. I'm going to try to stop this share now. Okay, we're back to normal. Okay, so the key things to take away is during the consult, just to be yourself and be energetic and be authentic and raw. These girls are just being vulnerable, and they're just sharing from the heart. They're getting to know their customer. So, you know, anybody that's seen Catherine Lee talk, she always talks about like asking questions and really getting to know somebody, getting to know their goals, and getting to know their needs and their wants. And this is kind of what the girls are doing, and the health consult is an easy way, without having to ask the questions out of nowhere, for you to really find out where their confidence is and what areas they want to work on. And then you'll find out really fast what exactly are their health goals and is our program going to be a good fit. So after you share the presentation, then you're going to say, is this something that interests you? And they're either going to say yes or no. And if they say yes, but, I'm worried about the cost, which is usually the kind of underlying problem that happens with everybody when you approach them with this product. And it's just to go back to like how much it costs a day, like for $5 a day, you can do our shred program. So $7.50 a day, I think is what it was, what she said. And so she used the analogy of going to the grocery store and buying an organic apple and an organic orange or an organic banana or whatever. And, the two of those combined was like $5. So for 2 plants costing $5, now you could go and get 45 plants for that same $5. And once she kind of like broke it down, and that's what I've been explaining to my team as well, is to just really break it down for people. And then if they still are having trouble, then say like, well, like, what's your vice? What do you do every day? I mean, I know for myself, I would leave my house and drive to Beaverton and get coffee and come back. So I would spend 40 minutes in the car to go get a coffee. So the gas, the time, and the coffee was an easy fix. I'm just going to stop doing that, and I can afford Juice Plus. And everybody has a vice, whether it's going to the grocery store every day, coffee, donuts, eating out their lunch for takeout, and whatever it is. So that's kind of what the training. That's what the training was about, and it's worked for me. So today, I kind of did like a trial run of this. Obviously, it's my first day, so I wanted to see how it would go. I had sent my team the verbiage yesterday and, explained to them a little bit about the call, and I had them watch the training. And then today, we kind of put it into practice a little bit. So I was doing a live video on my friend Candace's Healthy Living Revolution page. And I don't know if she's on or not to pop in. She was going to try to listen and getting our kids to bed. But we did a live video on her page, and I did my usual thing. I shared my story. I talked a bit about the Shred 10. But the thing I did different this time is I didn't mention Juice Plus. And I did talk about a whole food supplement, and I did talk about the Shred 10. But then at the end, that was where I used this as a platform to invite people out to these Zoom calls, these health consults. And I made it very personable. And I just said, I'm looking forward to connecting with you all for your free health consults. And I think Candace is getting some good feedback from that. And then I myself sent the verbiage out to a couple of people, and I heard back almost immediately from a couple of them that were anxious to share their health goals with me. So I ran through this slideshow, and they're placing orders. So it's proof that it works. The girls out there are like blowing it up with this, gunning for NMD, and it's working. It's you have to gauge it. For me, I'm here for my girls, whenever, but I'm saying, and like the girl said, if you have somebody that's interested, like go ahead and sign them up. This isn't necessarily a necessary step, but if you have people that are like hemming and hawing and they're like, well, I don't know, or I need more info, or I have more questions, those are the people that this is going to be geared towards getting them on. So it's just like the 3-way calls that we would get on with Melissa and Nicole and Jen, but it's putting, like Mitra says, like putting a shiny new face on it and doing it for now and for like how social media is working. And, like everybody is like ready to invest in their health. So calling it a health consult just really works. And then you're also building that relationship with them, and you're able to be yourself and be real and be authentic. So that is kind of the gist. I hope I didn't ramble too much of this training. And if you haven't seen the training video, you should definitely go on and watch it on Team Shining Star, because I only touch base on like bits and pieces of it. So yeah.
That was awesome, Ashley. Thank you. That was an amazing recap. And she's right. Definitely go through and look at the whole presentation, watch the training, because they do go through a mock-up of this. And Ashley also mentioned how they're blowing it up. She was already a Q, Kristen, who started doing this with her team. So she had some working team for sure. And she was gunning to go for NMD. In 1 month, guys, she did 14,000 PVC pay line, 1 month. And we also know the volume for US PVCs are lower than Canadian, right? Because it's cheaper. So crazy, crazy numbers. She can't even believe that they did that kind of volume. So just take a look at this. If it resonates with you, tweak it a little bit. And it's just such a simple tool to use to add one more step to inviting people into our world, into the healthy living revolution. So Ashley is going to post this in Team B, the stuff that she showed you, so you guys can have a quick access to it. And then also on Team Shining Star is the recorded call, which I highly, highly recommend that you guys tune into and listen to. And on that note, it's 8:58. We'll let you guys jump off so you can get on the Healthy Living Revolution call. Hopefully you have guests. Oh, JD, do you have a question first? Or you're just saying bye? Okay, so I'll just let you guys jump off. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember to rally your team every week to get them on so that they can hear amazing training for this call, Nitra's, and then the other ones. All right, guys, thanks again. Have a great week.
Thank you.